Wake up, Shinigami. You're chugging Bleach with the only podcast that unlocks your bunkai.
Good morning, Bleach chuggers.
What is the podcast hosted by Duke Nukem now?
No. I need you to do it like Mondo Cool. Like, give me my energy, but your intro.
Good morning, Bleach chuggers. Welcome to Chugging Bleach, the only Bleach review podcast where we watch all of Bleach. All of it, yes.
Against all odds.
We're still going to get questions about that.
I have with me today Dan Video Games.
People ask me why I don't play Mega Man Maker anymore, and I tell them simply, because it's not profitable.
KZ Xlit from KinoRawGhostwag.com.
I don't know. I watch anime.
And Mr. Fields from Mr. Fields Wild Ride.
I'm gonna rip my own arm off right now.
That seems pretty cool.
And of course, I'm your host, Bob Video Games.
Oh, man. It's really good that Feels doing that. That's the only way you can get an analog console.
Yeah! Stop! This time we watched episodes 41 through 45. Some strong episodes, a lot of arm tearing.
a lot of mindless murder.
Before we get into that, though, I hear that we can get early access to the show via Patreon. Is that right, Phil?
Is that right?
No.
Well, KZ is wrong because you can. If you go to our Patreon at patreon.com/GBPodcast, for as little as $5 a month, you get early access to this and Mondo Cool, our Dragon Ball movie review podcast. You also get other benefits such as Cursed Content Club commentary tracks. Cursed Content Club, a show where we watch bizarre things and donate to our Patreon, and you get a commentary track of the insane thing we watched. Cursed Content by Committee, where we watch slightly less bizarre but no less terrible things that you get to vote on, and you also get a commentary track. And Armchair Dev bonus bits, where we actually reveal our ideas before we decided to choose violence that day. That's patreon.com/GBPodcast.
Anyway, Dan, can you take us through the events of these episodes?
I can, and I will do so very quickly.
Nice.
How?
Episode 41 starts. Ichigo wakes up lying in bed next to Yoruichi, who recalls the battle where he totally got owned. Shocked he isn't dead, sits up, starts bleeding from his abdomen. Apparently, that mask that they threw in the river or the sewer was actually still on Ichigo and prevented him from dying, which really freaks out Yoruichi. Yoruichi's like, give me the goddamn mask. He's like, oh, geez, okay, man, here's the mask, whatever. Like, I don't even fucking care. And then Yoruichi's like, man... And then stands up and boom! Yoruichi's a hot girl, not a cat boy, and a nudist who can fly using this really cool thing. Does anyone know the name of the device?
I didn't write that down.
I did not write that down.
No, I don't think it ever gets used again. Oh, I already forgot.
You are right. It never gets used again. It is a gadget from a Metroidvania.
Look,
yes.
Look, Ichigo broke it, and we just don't talk about it.
I guess he's so fucking stupid he probably did. It would make things a little too easy, don't you think? Anyways, so Ichigo's fucking pissed that he's sitting there bleeding instead of helping his friends, and after having explained to him this Mary Poppins fucking skeletal umbrella, he uses his soul power to fly off to the Doofus Bridge full of Rukia and all the others. Apparently, Rukia's spiritual power has been ruined by... stuff.
And she was sitting in the no spirit power hut too long.
See, I was trying to figure out if it was that or the Hot Topic choker they made her wear. I was very unclear. She apparently has trouble moving. Her spiritual power is just completely wrecked. It's pretty nuts. But as Ganju tries to do something cool, he gets nothing personal and fucking starts bleeding out wickedly. It is really, really cool. We get some cool 3D shots of the bridge. It looks very impressive. We shoot the camera down the bridge. We rotate the camera around the bridge. We get sky shots.
What we can do.
It's very impressive.
It's very cool.
It is a great time for me to have bought the Blu-ray.
I feel like this could have been an intro to a GameCube game in 2002. It looks swell, spectacular. Anyways, we get this really cool thing. How do you describe this? Blood petals?
Yeah, his sword turns to like flower petals. Yeah.
Yes. Cuts the hell out of
And then they
Ganju.
wreck your shit.
Yes, it's fucking ridiculous. That needs to be balanced in a patch for sure. But anyway, Ganju's super fucking owned, and right as Kuchiki's gonna do something cool, Byakuya that is, white-haired dude shows up and stops him real quick, and he gets all sassy and shit, and then they talk about wartime exemptions. And then, as they're explaining this wartime exemptions, where they're, going all out to get the Ryoga, they sense an immense spiritual pressure at the level of a captain, and you can tell from the music, it's our boy Ichigo.
Yeah, he's got his random singers with him.
Yeah, exactly. His backup group of singers. Ichigo and the band we transplanted from the 1960s.
Whenever this
Also,
show
white hair
comes,
guy is Liam O'Brien, which really hit me for a loop. Like, oh, it's Liam O'Brien, but he's not doing the evil gay voice that he does in 99% of his roles, so it took me a second to realize.
He was moving in your periphery. Ichigo lands with his Mary Poppins from Hell thing and starts talking to it's really great. The first thing he does is he's like, "Hey, Anataro, how you doing?" "Okay, that's great." Doesn't even look at Ganju. Starts talking to Rukia.
that flesh bag down there.
No,
Yeah.
what's that pile of hamburger there? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I won't address it.
Anyone else smell ground?
Tenderized.
It smells like bologna. But anyways, Rukia. And then they just start going blah, 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 blah at each other, and it's very good. That is the level of which Ichigo and Rukia communicate, just going blah over and over at each other. It's very good. But then Ichigo's like, "Okay, I'm gonna win this battle. I'm gonna do this." So he starts walking towards Byakuya, and he goes, "I'm impressed that you sat over here while I was talking to Rukia. You could have attacked me, but you didn't." He's like, "How dare you be impressed? I'm so cool. You shouldn't be impressed. You should be grateful. I'm gonna own you." And Ichigo's like, "You're not gonna own me." And then Byakuya tries to flash step, and Ichigo can now see him through the flash step. It's very cool. And he blocks a blow from him, and then he blocks another blow, and there's a thing. And then Byakuya says, "Before you become too full of yourself, I will show you the difference between a something 1,000 years." And then it starts to attack, but then Yoruichi, once again, need to clarify for the audience who's not keeping up, no longer a cat male, now a hot lady, appears,
That's
stops
correct.
his blade. And then I shit you not, Byakuya says, "Long time no see." And all I can think of is the Nano Breaker trailer,
yeah, you're damaged.
which opens with the line, "Long time no see, Jake," in the most butt rock riff you've ever goddamn heard.
You're so far gone.
And literally nobody listening to this knows what that is.
Oh, they should watch that trailer just for 4 seconds.
No.
Because that butt rock, that delivery is perfect. Isn't it Bloom? Isn't it Steve
I think
Bloom?
it is Bloom. Yeah,
Yeah,
we should just be playing that trailer on loop on our Twitch channel when we're not streaming.
Oh, that's true.
Mark the file. I'll put it in the video, in the podcast.
Long time no see, Jake.
It's quite something. So after we get our "long time no see, Jake," we cut to the ending. I still hate the ending. It sounds like a Nicktoon intro for children, like really young children.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds
Yeah,
like it
a
could have
little
been like
bit.
a season of Blue's Clues where they thought they would get a more festive intro, and it sucks. For anyone who's not keeping track of what the intro is at this point, it's the one that goes, "Happy people," and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, every song on Lazy Town's better than this. What is wrong with you? Every. And then we get to our cone moment. He goes, "Ikaku Madarame, you are so shiny." Ugh. It's important to write down each and every one of these. I didn't do that this time.
just because it makes me bleed.
No, I skipped some of them.
I skipped one on accident, and I realized like 4 minutes into the next episode, and I'm like, it's too far. We can't go back now. And it was a very White Castle moment.
No.
We've come too far. Episode 42. So I'm watching the intro because, man, this is one of the best anime intros of all time, and I'm gonna miss it when we start hitting some of the other ones a lot. But as I'm watching this intro with its graveyard of swords in the desert and Ichigo running up a series of stairs around a tower, I'm just thinking about Kingdom Hearts. So moving on to the event of the episode.
That's pretty good.
Renji is getting shit-topped by Snake Ape, which apparently is his sword. I'm sorry if that all hit you hard. Like, if you're not watching along with us, that probably hit you like a truck.
Monkey mode.
Apparently, his sword has monkey mode, which has a snake on it. It's very confusing, but he's just like, hey, I'm healed. Let's go fuck some shit up, Renji. He's like, you ain't gonna fuck up anything. Were you not paying attention? He goes, what? I think he says something along the lines of, did you get brain damage from that battle or something like that? Because he insults his intelligence. Like, how could you not have noticed how outclassed we are? And then he goes, besides, we're not going to fight him. And then the sword's like, ooh, that's exciting. And then disappears and stops having a sick aura.
He's no longer my enemy.
Like, you have your limits, man. You can only attack 4 times before your sword has to return, and then you're open for all attacks.
He is unfortunately the only Soul Reaper with this problem.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Renji has to go into training mode and learn a different block string.
Yeah, I was going to say, Reggie's the only person with an ATB gauge in this entire universe. It's really fucking weird.
He operates on Legend of Dragoon rules.
Jesus.
So, Yoruichi. I should just read this shit verbatim and then explain what it means.
Please do.
My notes say, drugged Ichigo Ukitage. They play tag. It's pretty cool. Yoruichi is cool. Yoruichi,
You know, that's all I retained.
Yoruichi is cut up. Maybe not.
We got lots of cool backstory about Yoruichi here.
That's
man.
true. But Byakuya, I wrote some of it down. One moment. It's in here somewhere. Oh my God. I read a line I shouldn't have. Now that's all I can think of. These notes are good.
Uh-oh.
So Ichigo's going to fight Byakuya. Yoruichi's not having that shit. So she like poisons Ichigo. She drugs Ichigo, and then someone goes, did she just poison him? Oh, the Ukitage. And then she's like, you know, you never did catch me during tag, but Byakuya, you think you could catch me now? And then the flash step battle. It's really funny. And then at one point, it just cuts to Yoruichi holding Ichigo and then getting cut the fuck up. And it's like, oh shit. But then she gets away anyway. So I guess, it wasn't real.
It's a typical ninja technique for no reason.
It was some real rollback shit.
Yeah, it did have like the rollback feeling where it's Byakuya's like, do you think you can escape when you're that slow? And then she just does.
Yes. It's really good. From atop the building, Yoruichi literally says, give me 3 days to train Goku, okay? Because you're not catching me. And then she disappears. It's a really good moment. Then Goku gets back in his space capsule, eats a Zenzu bean. Actually, you know what? I'm really proud of Bleach. He didn't eat a Zenzu bean once he leaves this, but we'll get to that. Let's talk about the real struggle here, though. Byakuya is struggling with ADD, and now that Ichigo's gone, he just leaves.
Ukitate's like, where are you going? And he's just like, I'm bored.
I'm bored. I was going to murder these people, but you're a narc and would try to stop me.
Yep. Then what I have written down as 2 real captain respecters show up who start respecting the shit out of the captain.
No, not the captain respecters. I hate them.
Oh, yeah, they're great. I forgot them entirely. They're great.
They're really good, yes.
Let's see.
Kiyone
and Centauro, right?
Okay, I couldn't remember the dude's name.
Okay, I wrote Centauro. I didn't write Kiyone. some real captain respecters here. Sentaro doesn't want to put Rukia in the prison, but since their orders, Sentaro's going to do it. But says to Rukia, we're going to make an appeal to the top brass on her behalf, or something like that. Basically just saying, like, I'm going to follow these orders for now, but justice will be served. And then we sort of close the loop on that bridge moment as Captain Liam O'Brien said Sentaro to do that and sends Kione to do something. What was the thing Kione was supposed to do? Something about traveling to a different area to tell Squad 4 captain something, I believe?
Yeah, she was supposed to bring Ganju to Squad 4, I believe.
Okay. So that puts a nice little wrap on the bridge stuff. We now cut to Orihime and Uryu. They are both in disguises. It's unbelievably dumb.
What do you mean?
It's really good. We see Captain, or not he's not a captain. Masada is he's giving out orders to some of the other lower level people, and then he turns towards them and they're like, yeah, we're gonna search for those Ryoga. Let's go find them. And he's like, yeah, good job. Also, who the hell are you?
God, the thought of this guy being a captain, good lord.
They have random
Is this the one that's like, I'm 15 of 20?
Yes, he totally said that, and I laughed. I would like to note my notes.
I'm really up there in the world. You got to pay attention to me.
I make 5 figures.
I might be assistant manager in the next 5 years.
I'm going places. I'm going to be the vice assistant to the mayor.
I'm going places. They had me work a double.
Oh!
I love this podcast.
That was the energy he gave off. Anyways, Masada, apparently a real piece of shit. He notices Orihime has these things called bubes, and he thought he would start getting sleazy and shit. My note says, Masada is a piece of garbage. Uryu is a woman respecter. And
it's just the shot from Versus where he's like, I'm actually
a feminist.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But we get past the Masada issues because as Uryu chastises him for womanizing when he should be looking for those Ryoka, the people who are 10 feet away, you know what? Let's be generous. 40 feet away. They just yell, yeah, we didn't find the Ryoka. We need more instructions. We're like RTS people. You right-clicked down here, and we're done walking. Awaiting orders, sir. And then Masada's like, I gotta right-click again. I'll womanize you in just a moment. And then that's tied up, and Uryu and Orihime are just like, okay, well, that's done. We're gonna talk loudly about our plans and walk down this hall, and then out of the wall comes creepy face man.
Yes.
I was so pumped.
He sting chameleons out of the wall, and I hate him. His face is creepy.
Yeah, he's a real mess.
That's a good way to describe him.
We cut to Yoruichi take Ichigo back to that same cave as before, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's thinking to herself, she's like, that's what happens after you don't fight for 100 years. I got so weak. I get exhausted after a few dozen flash steps. Ichigo comes to. He's mad. We explain, we don't have time for you to heal completely, Ichigo, but we're going to do something really cool. We're going to train you for 3 days. We're going to teach you how to do some listening to Chugging Bleach so you can unleash your Bankai. And, you know, she takes Ichigo to a cool place she doesn't let outsiders come to. This DBZ-like infinite desert area where no one else will get hurt.
The no collateral damage zone.
Yes, the no collateral damage zone. That's where they go. And then explains that there's a whole other level of soul release, which I believe is what she said. First level, Shikai. Second level, Bankai. And then I wrote a note, oh, fuck, we're unlocking Bankais. And then the next note just says, 3 days to master Bankai.
And it makes him 5 to 10 times as strong.
Man, Man, if Renji gets a Bankai, he'll be able to attack 6 times.
Holy hell, slow down. You telling me that's half as good as Hibikwick and Genji gloves from Final Fantasy VI?
People are going to be so angry when I make that joke 200 episodes from now still.
Oh my god.
But only for him.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So we do the outro. It still sucks. But we get our cone quote. It's about that Phoenix-looking motherfucker with his quills and shit on his eyebrows. He goes, "You are such a narcissist." Then we move on.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's just accurate. It's not like the other ones of like, can you be my mom?
Milky Wilkies. And then he's like, "You're an asshole." This is like, these are his tones. That's...
Can I have head pats? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like, "Can you glomp?" And then if you have a penis, he just goes, "What's your deal?"
XD glom nuzzles.
So we get to episode 43. Orihime is hanging out with her Shikai. I don't actually remember what they were called. Anyway, Tsubaki is hurt. Tsubaki, for those who don't remember, looks like the Disgaea character.
Yes.
Total edgelord vampire dipshit ninja. That's pretty Disgaea core, if you ask me.
Yeah, the one that jobbed after 10 seconds of screen time.
Yes, they're trying to heal him. It's going to be very tragic. But the important thing about healing him, this is very important. They're going to teach Orihime how to use auto login using cookies to faster deploy attacks. That way she doesn't have to log in every time she wants to use an attack.
That's pretty good.
It is.
I don't know how she got by without this.
Me neither. Apparently the dumb bitch was typing in the password every time, pulling up her like pen and paper sitting in her drawer.
She's like, "Okay, Orihime, this is how you set it as your default payment option."
Good. I don't have to type in my whole number every time.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get so
Faster
many loot
checkout.
boxes. So we get a dressing scene where they're supposed to dress. I believe this happens now, but I'm not sure. I actually didn't write.
Oh, that was last episode.
Oh yeah, I skipped it entirely in my notes, so I lost track of when it happened. Yeah, it's not that important. Anyways, Uryu is walking down the alley, and he thinks to himself, "I'm glad Orihime lost her powers. She shouldn't fight. She's not good at it. It's bad, real bad. Orihime's just bad at this. She doesn't want to attack people. It's really tragic." And then they run up on a drunkard. And drunkard dude's like, "Who? Wait, what the fuck are you doing out here? Also, where's your weapon? What the fuck are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, we're in Squad 11. And he's like, "Are you? You don't look like Squad 11. What's Squad 11? Wait a second. You're wearing a Squad 12 outfit." And then drunkard dude gets knocked the fuck out by some dudes from Squad 12. It's ridiculous. It's like, whoa, what a convenient squad to show up. The squad that, they're pretending to be in with their outfits. They totally buy it. They're like, "Yeah, you're Squad 11. You should come with us. We're going to hang out, be fun, have fun." And then Creepy Face becomes a war criminal and blows up the people. Apparently, he just wanted to explode them at Orihime in Uryu. What the fuck is his deal?
Yeah, I forgot how hard they went here.
He's a Nazi war scientist.
Yeah. You're damn
I love
straight.
that part so much. I remember that even from the first time it aired on TV when fucking Vic Mignogna guy's like, "No, you wasn't supposed to do." He's like, "The bombs aren't supposed to come back," and then blows that dude up, and he just starts screaming.
Yeah.
It's a good introduction after all the other scenes you've seen where he's just weird.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Creepy Face blows up his teammates. Total piece of crap. He's trying to get Orihime to let him experiment on her because her shield is pretty interested in him. Uryu's like, "You're not gonna take her," because he's respecting women really, really loud. And then he goes, "I'm not interested in Quincy's." Then Uryu's like, "Okay, we're gonna do this fight. Hey, you drunkard who has come back too. He's come too." He realized that Orihime was crying because the other dudes died. He's like, "What the hell is this going? What's going on with this?" Uryu goes, "If you don't take Orihime with you, I'm gonna shoot this arrow into your back." And that guy goes, "Oh, well, I guess I'm taking this bitch with me. So he just fucking lifts her over his shoulder and runs. And as he's running away, Creepy Face uses extendo arm powers to just like to try to reach after them. And
I forgot he even did that.
Yeah, I also didn't remember.
That's one of those things I think keeps coming back, so I can't forget it.
And Uryu blows his arm off. It's really...
Arc says make a fighting game for Bleach.
Yeah, it's tragic that they didn't.
Yeah.
It would be so disgusting.
So we then cut to drunkard dude running with Orihime. Orihime's like, no, put me down. Let me go back. I need to go back. And boozy dude just punches her in the throat, basically, like karate chops her throat and knocks her out immediately. It's fucking nuts.
I think that we need to cover the part before that where Orihime bites him.
Oh, that's true. She did do that.
Yes. It's very important.
I see.
She is unhinged.
I glazed over that in my notes. I guess I regard Orihime as feral.
I mean, that's obvious.
At times.
Yeah. Remember episode 2 where her lunch was a whole loaf of bread?
Yes, like some raccoon who found it in a fucking trash can.
Yeah.
So he knocks her out and just goes, oh man, I was pretty rough. Oh, that was way rougher than I meant to be. Oh, well, this will be fine. It just keeps running down the road with an unconscious Orihime in his arms. We then cut back to Creepy Face, who's just really pissed that his arm got blown off, and then he just rips off what's left of his arm and then grows a new one with an injection.
He's
Well,
like,
talk
it
about how
hurt.
painful
And
it
then
is.
He's like, it's so painful. I will now inject it through my own clothes.
Yes, a real clean injection.
Mm.
He gets pretty pissed. Creepy Faceman goes, I'm going to use the least amount of energy and effort to kill you, Uryu. He starts approaching Uryu, and it's at this moment that I realize his sword is over his dick. It is just in between his legs right there, and he goes to reach for it. I'm just losing it. I'm like, that's really funny. And when he pulls it out, his Zanbakuto becomes like a really crazy candelabra of blades looking thing. It's like 3 prongs, golden, has a weird face, and that is a weird weapon. It's very neat.
It feels like some magic relic sword you put into an ancient door.
Yes. It feels
unlock the Nazi Aztec gold.
Yes, it feels like in Devil May Cry 1, I would need that to cross a bridge and to open a portal.
And that level is 2 minutes long.
But it has really good music.
Yes.
So, as Creepy Faceman starts approaching Uryu, his lieutenant leaps on Uryu, grabbing him, and they fall off the building. It's crazy. It's like, what's happening? And before you can absorb any of this, Creepy Faceman just slashes his own lieutenant and Uryu. And it's like, oh, what the hell is that about? This is fucking nuts. She starts freaking out because she's on the ground and she's hurt really bad. Uryu's like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, she's hurt. Why would you do that to your own person? Creepy Faceman's insulted that Uryu would think that her body is capable of being harmed by that because Creepy Faceman made her body with some gigai and shit and named her Nemu Kurutsuchi. He felt it was necessary to say all of this.
Yeah. We need to know.
No, you're doomed.
It's really good.
Oh man, someone said way too much that seemed necessary. That sounds like Bleach writing.
I know, it's really funny too, because it's like I'm trying to find a parallel to that, right? And it's really hard. It's really hard to think how insane that is and to frame it as something else. But anyway, Creepy Face is now pissed that his lieutenant won't move because he has commanded her to do the killing blow, and she can't move at all because of the poison. And he's just pissed that the poison did that. Not because the poison's bad. The poison's brilliant. It actually doesn't deaden any of your nerve endings or anything else. It just keeps you from moving and shit. Yeah, micro-focused on certain brain waves. It's very, very cool. And then
it's just too good.
Creepy Faceman, yeah, if there's one problem with this, it's that it's too good. Creepy Faceman then explains he fucking hates Quincy's and that they're really boring because, in fact, he's done tons of research on Quincy's. He's killed shitloads of Quincy's doing experiments on them, and he keeps a picture of Uryu's grandpa post-experimentation on his person at all times.
They really had to sell how evil this guy was.
Yes.
Like, they stopped one step below being like, oh yeah, he's just covered in swastikas.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. It's like if they got to Hitler and he's like, I'm Hitler. And everyone's like, yeah, I know. You're really evil. And he's like, also, I killed your dad. And it's like, you're Hitler. I think you're plenty evil without that
Here's
detail.
his severed finger.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck.
I keep a memento of everyone I've killed.
He pulls out his phone and is like, here's a video of me killing your dad. It's in 12K.
This is really nice cinematography. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to kill you. Uryu says, I can't have Orihime see what I'm about to do because I'm going to completely destroy this guy. And he starts going like sicko mode. We start getting some lore about glove shit and power shit, and it's very, very cool. I write one last note for this episode before we really get into that. The last note for this episode. It's funny that captains range from war criminal to seditious edgelord to stepdad who doesn't mind if you call him Doug instead of dad.
It's real weird that way.
Yes.
It's pretty good.
Look, each squad has its own rules, okay?
Yeah, some
They
are war
promote
criminals,
different people.
some don't. Some are war criminals, some don't know how to use their swords.
Yes.
But they spec into strength really high, so it's okay.
The two spectrums are like dipshit and war criminal. Those are the only two.
I'm just thinking truck freak crazy ass. No, the fighter.
So we get to episode 44. For those who missed it, that was the episode I didn't write down what Cone said because I skipped it on accident. So we open up. Uryu's going to move his arm by puppeteering it, basically, using a cool technique made for the elderly, where you use your spiritual power to marionette your arm using the spiritual fibers. It's very cool. He wraps it up with a fabric, and then he's going to just move it and be really cool. And this is a very advanced technique. So Creepy Face, he says something he said basically in the last episode about a completely different technique. He goes, you used blank at such a young age. You've mastered blank at such a young age. We get 2 episodes in a row of this.
So this part specifically gave me a stroke because, not for anything in the actual episode, it's my own fault.
Okay.
Because as I've said, like, I remember the basic sequence of events, but I don't remember details at all. So when they started talking about the controlling your own limbs with the Reiatsu wires, and then Uryu started talking about how it was more than just a technique. For a second, my brain went, "Oh God, is he like in a wheelchair?" And I forgot, and they only reveal it this one time.
What?
I was like, do they reveal that he's just always used that to control his legs or something, and I completely forgot? Because that's what it seemed like it was building.
I mean, to be
I have
honest,
to go.
to be honest, he does follow up that statement with, I'm not just a genius, I'm a fucking prodigy. So that would have sold that.
Man, yeah, that
So I
was
was like, oh God, it's like part of his body not work, and I forget because they bury it here and never bring it up again.
I'm so
Okay.
tired.
Here's one of the best parts of all of these episodes. Brace yourself, guys.
Okay.
So we're talking about how he mastered this technique and his grandfather trained him well, but we cut to a flashback where Uryu's dad didn't want him visiting his grandpa. He wants him to focus on healing the living. And Uryu asks his father, he says, why do you hate being a Quincy so much? And his dad goes, because there's no profit in it. And I scream,
I love Uryu's dad.
that is insane.
An immaculate character.
This is far and away one of the most insane parts of like anything that's been on what we've seen.
It's gonna stick with me for a
Especially
long
when
time.
when he talks to his grandpa, and he's like, you can't put food on the table being a Quincy anymore. And it's like, there was a time you could?
Yes.
I thought you are a secret society that kill monsters.
Yeah, they just got paid for it, I guess, somehow.
I guess. Secret Society's very profitable. I love that scene because it's the equivalent of like kid Uryu being like, why do we never go to McDonald's? And the fucking dad turns around and goes, because I hate fun. Like,
I hate chicken nuggets.
I'm like, seriously, like, what the?
We have food at home.
He would order the black coffee and immediately drive out.
We found him.
That's a very strong Oryu's dad, yeah.
Oh, man. Honestly, if Uryu's dad became a meme template, that would actually be swell. If he was like one of those spirit animal meme templates, because that motherfucker would order black coffee and leave. Anyway, we start getting into technical mechanical details, right? Grandpa's explaining lore. He's explaining glove shit and how he needs to put on the glove and train for 7 days and 7 nights straight while wearing it. And Uryu can never take the glove off. Why is that, Bob?
Because it'll give him a burst of power that's so incredible that he'll lose all ability to use Quincy power afterwards.
That's nuts. Wonder what he'll do next. Creepy Face wants Uryu to join him so he can experiment on him. Oh no! Uryu ripped the glove off. Holy crap, what's going on?
Do you think, did anybody else get the impression that Kubo doesn't really understand how exercise works?
He's writing a shonen manga.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's writing
because the way they frame the 7 days and 7 nights is like, once you're good enough to do that, you'll be super strong. Not that doing it out of the gate makes you super strong. It just really struck me as bizarre.
It's really funny.
Yeah, there's lots of weird ideas about how training works in this series.
It's like someone introduced someone in Baki to push up and then says, you need to do these for 3 weeks straight and then you can have arms. I don't...
Before we move on, we need to mention that
okay.
the captain took a slice out of his head and he's fighting Uryu with that while all this dialogue's happening.
That shit's hilarious.
You were seeing why it's what might be my favorite character.
Also, Dan, that basically happens in Baki.
I said it. I said it knowing that was a distinct possibility, so nothing has been lost. Yeah, there's a really good scene actually of Creepy Faceman with the scythe, where I'm like, yep, and in the background you can see KZ after we record podcasts.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I put it in the wrong fucking channel. 1 second.
Yeah, there I am. No pants.
I am.
Okay, we're done recording. Good night.
I do think about how Baki had a thing of, oh no, you're hurt really bad. You need to work the bag for like 2 weeks, and you'll be better.
Oh. Okay. So stuff starts going really crazy. He ripped off the glove. Energy flying everywhere. His outfit changed. Even Creepy Face notes this. He's ruining the roof, which is fucking rude. Because apparently everything around here is made of I didn't write the word down.
Spirit energy, whatever.
Yes.
Reishi, I think?
Yes, Reishi.
Yeah, Reishi.
Oh, it was at the end of the next line in the notes. Okay. He has attained complete dominance over Reishi. And so he starts absorbing that stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, dude. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Here we go. And he shoots a giant arrow at that guy. That dude dodges it, and then looks up. Uryu's in midair above him and shoots him into the ground. It's just like, boom, and it's really cool. Blows his arm off entirely. Very awesome. Then Creepy Face is like, well, it's time to go all out and just summon a nightmare. Gonna use my Bankai. Uryu doesn't know what a Bankai is, but this time a Bankai is a kaiju. This is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
What, just a giant caterpillar with a baby's head?
Yeah, we get centipede monster baby with poison breath, question mark. All right, question mark. That's the full fucking note.
A good first impression.
Mm-hmm. And then Uryu's just like, I've had enough of this shit. And then shoots a giant arrow down the alleyway, blowing a fucking hole in Creepy Face and tearing the baby in two. Like, it's split down the center. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, he gets very fucking owned.
Unbelievably owned.
My giant poison kaiju baby that will sprout swords out of its tummy will just face charge you like a Dark Souls boss.
Yes, and breathe a terminal poison, and it's very Dark Souls. You're totally right. But as he gets this oil barrel sized hole in him,
Yes.
Creepy Face goes, okay, I'm not owned. Okay, maybe I'm a little owned, but whatever. Injects a thing and turns into goo to escape because he's a bitch.
Best part.
Doesn't he just stab himself in the throat?
Yeah, he
yeah.
turns into goo and then leaves.
Yeah, he stabbed himself in the throat to do that.
I'm not owned.
He spends like a minute narrating how he's not owned.
Yes, as he slimes away his goo.
And he's like, whatever, I guess at the end of the day, I get to live and you're going to die from that terminal poison, so I still win, so who cares? Like, let's not pay attention to the details. I didn't lose. I didn't lose. Okay, bye.
What a great character, because it's impossible to predict literally any of this.
That's a really strong Baki attitude for figuring out when you've been defeated. Which it's never.
Which is never, exactly.
Yeah, Baki does have people look down at someone who has all their bones broken and be like, you were the true winner. Every 5 seconds.
So Uryu's not really thinking about the poison, but the lieutenant near him's like, hey, I have the antidote. You're going to need that. You're going to want that. You should have that. And then I write a note saying she should also need the poison or the antidote right now. Oh, this is pretty confusing. And then the anime explains, as I write in my notes so eloquently, she is made of captain bits. So she doesn't need the antidote.
Yes.
Captain bitch.
Yes.
Part of a balanced breakfast.
Yes, I'm glad you had the same energy about the phrase Captain Bits as I did. She eats her breakfast of Captain Bits cereal, so she's immune to the poison.
She shaves off some flakes from his hands.
Yeah, feeds it to her every day. She goes,
She slept in a tank, so it's like feed it fish food.
she's just like,
This could all be real.
This could. We just haven't shown it yet. Is the only problem.
I hope people don't watch Bleach and they just engage with how we describe it.
Completely accurately?
Yes.
This is spoilers. It's going to be in that season. They haven't turned into an anime yet.
So she goes, thank you for showing him mercy. That's why I'm giving you this antidote. You just goes, I didn't, but whatever.
Yeah, it's funny. Just like it's like I mean I didn't like try to spare him. He looks like Frieza covered in swastikas. It was kind of just an accident, but okay.
But all right, sure, whatever. Then Uryu starts thinking to himself. He starts going, man, I really don't understand simping of war criminals. This is how I know he hasn't watched Zeta Gundam.
That is true.
Simping over war criminals.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Rookie mistake. Man,
Uryu just hasn't met Haman Kar.
I'm just sitting here and I'm now thinking about it. And I'm like, maybe he could have taken him down, Creepy Face down, if he rammed a ship into his abdomen.
I don't know. I think that we've got a pretty good parallel. It didn't work.
Damn it. Well, oh wow. I'm sure they'll find out next time. Uryu is escaping from this area because, of course, summoning the Bankai is going to get a lot of attention, he realizes. So he starts heading towards the tower, and he's like, this is going to be fucking hilarious. What if I rescued Rukia? Ichigo would be so salty. That's fucking hilarious. He's bleeding out while saying this. He's like stumbling and
I'm
crippled.
having delusions from fucking blood loss.
Yes, exactly.
The magic that makes my legs work is giving out.
Yeah, this is basically this is Kuwabara having the shit beaten out of him. Levels of delusional, just like,
Yeah.
I'm so cool.
It's like, no.
Just no. And then as he's thinking this, as comically loud as he can, Uryu runs into the orange scarf guy. And then he goes, for the sake of peace, I must terminate you. And then it goes, psh, to be continued. And then we get the cone quote about the bucket head dude. And he goes, can you really see where you're going in that basket? So as I said, there are two modes. What's your deal? And ooh, lady.
Respectable.
Nope. Episode 45 starts.
Yeah, it's pretty much the opposite.
We get the end of the last episode. For the sake of peace, I must terminate you. And then he goes, cry, wuzu sushi. Which I roughly wrote down. I didn't Google it. That'd be cheating.
Suzumushi is what I wrote down.
Yeah, Suzumushi.
Oh, I wrote woozy mushy. And then Uryu just passes out. This is bullshit. Total horse crap. But that effect for that crying Wuzu Gaipan is very cool. Big fan of that. I hope to see how it does anything other than make him pass out instead of dying.
Is that like the Mugu Guy Pan?
Yes.
Can you order it at your local Chinese restaurant?
No, this is more of a Panda Express sort of recipe here. World famous. They invented it. So we cut to Ichigo training. Okay, we're in the training area. Then we get explained by Zangetsu, who now gets summoned in order to be fought, because what has to happen is Ichigo has to defeat the manifested Zangetsu in 3 days in order to assert dominance. And Yoruichi's like, so I trust that you listen to everything? And he's like, yes. And I'm just like, man, Richard Epcar.
Yeah, I know. So cool.
So fucking good. Then he goes, okay, well, then you will need to determine how you two will fight. And then Zangetsu summons a shitload of swords. And, oh, hey, look at this weird sword graveyard.
Behold.
And Zangetsu goes, can you find the true me that is capable
Or
of
if this
fighting
inspired
me?
anything.
Definitely not, nothing else like this in media.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And if it is, it's the best game series in the world.
So he says that line about finding the true me that's capable of fighting him, right? Defeating him. And then we cut to Squad 4's dude, McDonald Miller, who's talking to himself right now.
Donald Miller. You fuck the fuck up.
Dude, he's just straight up that. He's like, do you remember the basics? So as he's sitting in this hospital, thinking to himself, recapping everything, talking about how terrible everything is, them treating Ryoka, them being overstaffed, or overtaxed for such a small staff, Squad 8's captain running around chasing nurses. It's terrible. It turns out he's thinking out loud as he's writing this down, and a nurse lets him know, and then he just goes, Squad 8's captain is a nice guy. I respect him. And I'm like, oh, even more captain respecters. Strong theme here. Hanataro is in front of a committee, and as in like one captain. Anyway, is explained like, we understand shit's crazy right now, like whatever, but still, you betrayed us, so you're going away to a cell. So he's being taken away to his cell by a tall lady who's like, you're so brave. You're so brave, Hanataro. You followed through with what your heart believed. And I was just like, you just made his year.
Yeah.
You're taller than him and just called him brave.
Jesus.
Man, I didn't write shit for this. This next line's killing me because of its brevity. Renji just busted out of his cell because he's sick like that.
That was correct. He used all 4 attacks he has.
on the cell so he could leave, and now he's defenseless.
Well, luckily the attacks to the cell damaged the guys guarding the cell too. You saw the planks of wood from the cell hit someone, so that's a separate attack, which is going to take a negative effect on him later.
Oh
I'm
no,
sure.
that's terrible. If only he was a geomancer. The rules are much more simple there.
Yes.
So we cut to Izuru, who's in a cell, and he's lamenting the fact that he raised his sword to Momo. And then Ichimaru pays a visit and is like, hey, you want me to help you? And I'm just saying, if we did this as a AAA game, Troy Baker's going to voice Ichimaru.
I don't need that.
Oh, no, neither do I.
What if he just gives him a southern accent?
Oh,
That would work.
That would work
really
so
way better
well.
than you would think.
It would be
it
fucking
would.
terrible.
That's upsetting.
Gin Ichimaru being thrown in jail. Deep fakes.
Oh, man. So
As if anyone would need to show Gid in jail. He's obviously such a straight up clean sort of guy.
yeah, of course, he doesn't fit into the war criminal end of that fucking spectrum I outlined earlier.
He just likes standing at crime scenes and smiling.
Yeah,
That's his main offense here.
and those are his hobbies.
He's just too handsome.
That's the only thing he's guilty of for sure. So Squad 11's drunkard is thrilled that pink hair chick is paying him any attention. For people who don't remember, there's the tiny lady who hangs out with Hot Topic Man, crazy pointy hair bellsman. She's talking to him about stuff, he brought Orihime to her, Orihime's there. She's explaining like, oh wait, she's not awake yet. Drunkard dude says, this is fucking insane. Orihime, quote, just squirted out with the bubbly thing. And she goes, oh, she squirted out? And he's like, yeah, like bubbly. She goes, oh, that's cool. Great. Glad to run into you, etc., etc. We then cut to Captain Insano, who's still alive.
God.
Yep.
Captain Insane.
I feel
I
like
get that's accurate.
if there's one person in Bleach you would call that, I would say it's him, because I don't think Creepy Face should have a good name like that.
Yeah, I don't need you calling him that because that's too close to Spoonie's character from his reviews.
Yes.
Oh, that's Dr.
Dr.
Insane.
Insano.
But that's the thing. Captain Insano's from fucking Adam Sandler films. So fuck you for associating it with Spoonie.
Now I'm just imagining Kurtsuchi by Adam Sandler doing the little Nicky voice.
That actually fits really well. Yeah.
My experiments.
Yeah, no, that would actually, you know what? That may be the best casting for Adam Sandler ever.
lost, but you're going to die.
I guess
That really hurts.
Hold on, let me sprinkle some Captain Bits into your eggs.
Oh my god. So moving on.
we can just stick to the Murder Daddy name for this guy, I guess.
Okay, so Murder Daddy. Thrilled that Ichigo is probably still alive, according to Orihime, and we end that scene with that exchange where Orihime's like, Ichigo, I don't know, he's still alive. Yeah. And then he goes, I'm thrilled that he's still alive, and Murder Daddy's just, he's so happy over this.
He's completely covered in bandages.
Yes.
Because the last time we saw him, the implication is he might have dropped dead.
Yes. Glad he didn't. Ganju and Uryu, we cut to them in a cell together, but Ganju's covered in, wraps, bandages. So Uryu thought he was a zombie or something because he was hanging upside down, a mummy or some sort of monster. And he goes, what are you talking about? I'm not going to rob you. Yeah, he acted like he was a monster, thought he was going to get robbed. It was very confusing. And then Ganju
I think that he says something about a bandit.
Oh.
Yeah, like...
That has to be a translation thing. Anyway, he goes, what are you talking about? I'm not going to rob a dude in a prison. That doesn't make any sense. It's me, Ganju. And they're like, oh, that's cool. We're all in the cell. And then Chad's like, I'm here too. And they're like, oh, cool. Chad's here too. What do you think about things, Chad? Should we escape? And Chad goes, I'm fine sitting in a prison cell. We can just heal. I'm confident Ichigo will come for us.
It's fine. I got into a fight that was really badly animated where I ran for 50 seconds straight.
I can't handle that again.
You know, if it was well
The
animated,
animator could use the break.
if it was well animated, I bet they would have done a flashback to it.
They would have.
But they're a little tight on time as well, and also it didn't look that great. So we cut to Ichigo training. Ichigo picks up the wrong sword and gets owned immediately. He apparently trusted a sword that looked like Zanget's and that exposed the frailty of his heart. Because the sword fucking shatters and Zanget's like exploded it, and it was like, oh, this is crazy. This is
Rolled
nuts.
the nat one.
Oh my god, this is nuts. And we cut to Momo holding a letter. The end.
Okay.
I think Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade would have been a lot more raw if Indy had to find the right cup while fighting a badass guy.
That would have been pretty good.
While fighting Richard Epcar.
Yes.
See, the fucked up thing is I've seen the episode of Columbo that has Richard Epcar in it, so I know like vaguely how he would have looked. Oh, you didn't know?
No, of course I didn't know about anything related to Columbo.
Oh, I thought we brought this up. Yeah, he plays like a mobster. Like you know, straight up mafioso. It's really funny. He's like in one scene, but we watched the whole episode because Epcar's in it. And they're like, oh, this one has Richard Epcar. That he's in one scene and he says one line.
Also, Richard Epcar's like 6'8", so he'd just be beating the shit out of Harrison Ford.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like 6'8" and like 70. I don't know.
It's really good. But yeah, I wrote here the set of episodes ended as poorly as I expected, and then we get Kon and he goes, Kiyone Kotetsu, hey, introduce me to your sister.
For reference, her sister's the tall girl that the Hataru was talking to.
Of course! Of course! Hey, calm down. Let me sprinkle some Captain bits into your drink, and that'll soothe you down a little bit.
Oh, I do feel much better. Thank you, Casey. And that's our set of episodes.
Thank you, Dan. Time for my favorite segment of the show, Best Dressed.
Oh, boy.
Let's see, Phil, you go first.
I'm going to go with Shunsui, because we did see him and they specifically mentioned his tacky clothing. But I think his tacky clothing is great, so I'm giving it to him.
Is he the guy with the peacock stuff?
That's
No, he has the eye patch and the and like the Sakura petal jacket on top of his outfit.
Okay, yeah, he's the captain, yeah.
Shunsui Kyoraku, the captain that Chad fought.
Yeah, he's the...
chasing some
he's
nurses.
the one I voted for before we had a name on him.
Yes.
Yeah, McDonald's Miller was like, he brought a Ryoka here and wanted us to treat him.
Stop calling him McDonald's.
McDonald's Miller is real good.
Because it combines
call
with
him McGriddles.
It combines with the earlier characters. Is he the one we said had a headset?
No,
Kira.
no, that was the guy in the cell that was
Uzuru Kira.
Yes.
Because now I'm just imagining him with like the McDonald's drive-thru headset.
All right, Dan, who would you say is the best dressed?
Do you want a large fry?
Pull up to the window, please.
The ice cream machine's broken.
It can't always be broken. You just have turned it off for the night. I know you have.
Nope, we didn't do that. It's broken, sir. It's always broken.
Can you pull up to the driveway and we'll bring your food when it's ready?
Sir, I don't even know what a McGriddle is.
We're out of chicken.
We're out of tacos at this Taco Bell.
The show's so great.
Help.
anyway, I I'm a little torn, just a little, but I'm gonna go with Yoruichi's full outfit. I think it's very cool.
Yeah, she has really cool like shoes.
Okay, I was gonna go with the layers of clothing, but shoes, sure.
that was. I only noticed that because they cut to a shot of just Ichigo below her, and I'm like, is she wearing like anime Crocs?
They seem to be Crocs made of steel.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it was a really, really neat outfit. Multiple layers to it, looked really cool. She also at one point it was like, it's been so long since I wore clothes. Because I'm a cat most of the time.
Meow.
I've been hiding for 100 years as a nudist cat.
Meow, I'm Wendy Lee.
Oh God, they're adding Yoruichi to Jump Force. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
are.
a while back.
I saw the tweet for that. I'm like, oh no. Dan, don't look. It's too confusing.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, but you're a cat boy. But I'm interested? No, wait. I have to go think about things.
KZ, who is the best dressed in these episodes?
Oh, I'm doomed. That's the only one I had.
Oh, really?
Everyone looks the same.
What?
You can just do Nazi Doctor again.
I could in fact do not. I'll pick Orihime. She did her hair up. That was nice.
Yeah, her disguise hair. Very fancy.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's nice.
All right, that leaves me as the last to go. I'm going to give
pick
it...
Nazi Doctor.
No, I'm not. Because I don't want to give him any awards this episode.
You don't want to give Adam Sandler an award?
I'll give it to Kiyone. I think that the regular Soul Reaper outfit with like Western style clothing underneath and gloves is really neat.
I was gonna give it to Orange Scarf Guy as my secondary.
I mean,
still a strong outfit.
Yeah, still really strong. Honestly, like he's very cool. Like his shades.
Yeah, it's very cool. And he's like, "Oh, woozy shoozy."
Are you drunk?
Ooh, woo, and then you fall over.
I'm just thinking that learned French commercial. What is it? Ubi Shubadi.
Ubi Shubadi. And then we met the guy who actually knows what he says. And we're like, what the fuck? You can speak French? And he's like, no, I can listen to a commercial that plays 100 times a day because I'm not a dipshit like you.
I don't know. I think they're wrong.
I forgot about that shit. We spent 10 years saying Ubi Shubadi, making fun of that commercial, and some motherfucker knew what he actually said, and I'm like, wait, what? You're not supposed to actually understand Wuzzy. If we have French listeners, they're probably confused.
Yeah.
Every Zoomer is confused. This is really great.
So Dan, how excited are you to continue watching Bleach on a scale of 1 to 10?
Let me tell you why it's a 10.
Okay.
Episode 45 ends with the next time on segment that features evil Ichigo with the 69 stamped on his face doing things. And I need to know.
Evil Ichigo.
We don't know that he's evil. He just has black hair.
Look, man, I need to call him something that you will immediately know who I'm talking about.
He's obviously Ichigo.
I didn't know who you were talking about because
All
there's
you need
also
to say
evil Hollow
69
Ichigo.
guy.
Look, I'm just saying Hot Topic Ichigo is I need to see him in action. And apparently I get to do that to some extent next episode. So I'm pretty fucking excited.
Okay, Phil, what's a good piece of insane trivia for this episode?
Oh my god.
Okay, is this true or false? Kubo once admitted in an interview when he doesn't know what to write next in the story, he just starts creating new characters.
No, I don't want the answer.
This is too real. I'm going to say it's true. Dan?
I'm going to say it's false.
KZ?
I have to say false because it sounds like something Phil would say about him.
Now, I thought this was true, but I did further research in preparation for this bit and found out it was one of those Toriyama-esque things where it's like, oh yeah, this is true, but I was not able to find any actual instance of him saying it.
Okay.
So it is false.
It seems too real. You're right.
It just
That's why I picked it, because it's like a fractal, it's like a trap.
It's just a feel statement. It's like, oh, he doesn't know what to do, so he'll just write 8 more characters.
I mean, we're currently in the arc that's introduced, 50 characters?
Those are important.
But here's the thing.
Yeah, by my measure, we've currently, this arc we've been introduced to at minimum 39.
Look, the thing is he introduced them all basically simultaneously. So that's why that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, if it's like mid-arc, it's like, surprise, here's 10 characters. Why are they here? Shut up, they're fighting now.
Right. That I feel like we get into that at some point, but that might even be filler arcs I'm thinking of.
Oh boy.
I'm excited for that filler. I know literally nothing about it.
It's wonderful. It's like a 10.
All right. Time for our signature trademarked tightness scale. Let's go 0 to 25. We got to talk about how tight this show is.
Our show or their show?
Their show,
Ours,
unfortunately.
okay.
Ours is 100.
Yeah, ours is always 100.
Every time.
Okay. Yeah, every time. Gotcha. Yeah.
Especially today.
This is correct.
Feel, how tight is Bleach episode 41 through 45?
It was pretty good. I'm gonna say an 18 because the fight was pretty cool between Uryu and Nazi, and it had some funny stuff, but it also drug in places, and it had a lot of like the first 2 minutes of this episode or the last 2 minutes of the previous episode because we're running out of stuff.
I feel like it was less severe than the last episode, but yeah, it was definitely still there. KZ?
Well, first off, them recapping parts of the last episode and the current one doesn't even register for me because I watch shonen anime that runs long, so it will never register to me at all.
For me, it only registers really severely when it's One Piece, and that's half the episode.
Oh yeah, well, One Piece has that shit where it's like the intro's 3 minutes long, there's no ending, and they've adapted. One time they adapted like a page and a half. Very brave.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 20. I remember liking this fight quite a bit because it's insane and has one of the best characters in it. I thought some of the lines were really funny. Upon reflection, Captain Bits is really good. And yeah, I'm just feeling good. It automatically loses 1 point because of that ending, though.
Oh, that's rough. We're gonna
Yeah,
be stuck in that dimension for like another 10 episodes.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's like my least favorite ending.
Yeah.
I don't like bubbly endings in an anime where not every episode's going to end lead into it well at all.
Ichigo loses all his blood. Happy people.
It's totally All right, I'm also gonna give it a 20. I feel like it was not as strong as the last set of episodes, but that's really hard to compete with. I still like this stuff with Uryu, but it's not as solid a cutoff point at all. Like we have.
Hold on.
What's up?
Changing mine to a 21. I forgot Kurtsuchi pulled out a photo of Uryu's dead grandpa.
That was really unhinged.
Here's a guy I murdered decades ago.
Yeah, they go in almost too hard with this stuff. It really makes things weird for later in the series. Dan, you can finish us out.
So I'm going to give my most common score so far. I'm going to give it a 20. Here's why. There are some neat things about creepy face fight, like glove mechanics and other stuff. There's some interesting stuff. More importantly, though, Uryu's dad is the most insane character we've introduced in Bleach.
Yeah.
Changing to 22. I forgot. It's not.
We only get like
no
second twist it, but yeah, it's really
so
good.
Fucking that dude was raised by that man is a fact we have to deal with for the rest of him being in the show / this series. I don't know how long.
You need to realize there's a chance no line will be that fucking good. That might be one of the greatest lines I've heard in an anime in a very long time.
It's unbelievably stupid.
There's so many like crack-headed gems.
Crack-headed gems? Is that Adam Sandler's new Netflix movie?
Hey, this is the same way as something that happens in other Patreon exclusive content people won't see for months where Bob rates something highly because it's insane.
Well, that brings our total score for the series of episodes to 80. That seems about right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid score.
Yeah, it's the third best set now.
I keep waiting for the cliff. I feel like that won't happen till filler, maybe.
Yeah, I feel like the filler is going to be the cliff.
Yeah. Woof.
Now I'm imagining that we end up... I haven't counted out the episodes, but what if it's like the end of this whole arc and then 2 episodes of filler? Or the first episode of filler we watch for this show?
We haven't had a super bad cutoff yet.
This was one of the worst.
Yeah, this was
if
definitely
not
rough.
The worst. It feels super awful.
But we have a lot of tension with what's Momo going to do. I'm sure that whatever Aizen left in that note is very wholesome.
She's like, I'm gonna say a swear.
Yeah, I was about to say I need predictions from you, Dan,
sure.
each time. What's gonna happen next in the show?
Momo is going to be faced with Ichigo, walk up, grab his giant cup of soda, and in a single swift movement, make the entire thing flat.
That'll be really tragic for Ichigo.
Oh, man. I've never resonated with the shonen protagonist so hard before.
I don't know if you can fully relate because whether it's Momo or Rukia, still taller than your girlfriend.
Oh, no. I forgot. How tall is Rukia? This is fucked up.
Tall enough.
Or 6?
No way. What?
4'9".
Okay, she's the same height as Tosh.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, it is.
I got confused with the really short white hair guy captain because he's 4'4".
Yeah, he's really cool.
So do they sell like an edition of future Blu-rays that will just keep playing this intro on every episode for the rest of the series? Because I don't want to lose this intro, Bob.
Don't worry, there's exciting new intros. You don't know what's in them, they could be good.
You know, some of them are, this is fun. A couple are kind of tragic. The next one, I can't tell if Dan will like or not. I can't predict it.
How exciting.
It's the end of the episode.
I'm hitting stop.
Yeah!
Okay.
Thanks for listening. Shows like Mondo Cool and Chugging Bleach are only possible thanks to our wonderful supporters over on Patreon. If you head on over to patreon.com/gbpodcasts and pledge at the $5 or above level, you not only get early access to Chugging Bleach and Mondo Cool before they're released to the public, but you'll also gain access to exclusive shows like Armchair Devs Extra and Cursed Content by Committee. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.